Okay, so third year of business, we're just going to move on to a new chapter now. So the chapter we done before was called Business Documents, which was chapter 20. It says in your book managing business transactions, but remember I was telling you it's business documents. That's chapter 20. We're going to skip chapter 21 because we don't need to do that. And we're going to move on to chapter 22. So chapter 22 is all about measuring business profitability. Okay, so in your book chapter 22. What do we do in this chapter? Well, what we do in this chapter is we look at 3 different documents that accountants will do up and calculate in order to measure if a business is profitable or not. Okay, and those 3 documents that are done out, okay, is called a trading account, a profit and loss account, an appropriation account. So these are all called income statements. Okay, so an income statement, okay, shows a business's income, it shows their expenses, and it shows how much profit they make. That's what an income statement is. So the income statement is made up again of 3 different accounts: the trading account, the profit and loss account, and the appropriation account. Okay, so what we're going to do in chapter 22 is we're going to be looking at these 3 documents, and we're going to be able to do them out and calculate them and find out, using these 3 documents, whether the business is profitable or not. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at, so the income statement is shown the income earned, the expenses, and the profit. Okay, but the first one we're going to concentrate on is here, the first one out of the 3, and the first one is the trading account. So this is the first one out of the 3 types of accounts that we're going to work out. Okay, so in the PowerPoints, I have a layout. I have what the trading account is, I have there. And I also have a layout of the trading account. So in your exam, if you were asked this question, you'll be asked what the trading account is, and you'll also be asked to calculate it, which is draw something like this out with the 3 columns and the layout, and we calculate the figures here. So if you're looking at a trading account, okay, the words that are here are always the same, they don't change. So we sales minus sales returns, and then we have the cost of sales, so the cost of selling those products. We've opening stock, purchases, purchase returns, the things that were bought back, carriage inwards, which is the money we pay on the goods being delivered to us, and customs duty. If the goods came from outside of Ireland, we could have had to pay customs duty. And then we have our closing stock. So these are the costs of selling the product. Okay, and we have sales and our sales returns and our gross profit. So that layout, we need to learn this layout because the layout does not change. Okay, then if you look to this side here, we've 3 columns. Where the numbers go, you just have to learn. So sales and sales returns, the first 2 will always go in the 3rd column, and it will always be sales minus sales returns equals. Okay, where the X's are is where there's meant to be numbers, and then the symbol represents whether you minus or plus the numbers. Okay, and then we go on and we're going to go to this section here, which is the cost of sales. So what we actually have to do is add up all of the cost of sales to find out how much it costs us to sell the product, and then again we just take it away from sales. So again, we use our X's. So here we've opening stock, but then purchases minus purchases returns always goes here, and then our answer will go back here. And then we've carriage inwards and we've customs duty. We add these all together. Bear in mind the figure here for your purchases and purchases returns is here. So add these all up and we find out how much the costs of sales are. We take away from closing stock. We always do this. You just have to learn this is the way it goes. And then we have our gross profit. Our sales minus our cost of sales is our gross profit. Okay, so this is the first type of account we're going to learn, is the trading account. So what you need to do now is you need to be able to learn off this layout. This whole layout, you need to be able to learn it off, because you'll be doing a question yourself like this. Okay, so once you have this learned on, and in the PowerPoints I have tips for how to learn the layout and so on. So then when you have slides 1 to 10 wrote out, I want you to try and do a trading account yourself. So what you have is, you go and you draw the layout like it is here, same way, okay? But what you're going to be putting in is, these are the stuff that you're going to be putting in, these are the figures. So what I want you to do is basically do a trading account like this, but using these figures. So for example, the first thing in the layout is sales, and we have our figures. So I'm going to go down to the exercise, I'm going to look for sales, and I'm going to say sales is 982,400. So then I have my layout, and in my copy or on the laptop I write 928,400 or whatever in sales. Then I go to sales returns, I go down and filed, there's sales returns 12,800. So I'll go to sales returns and I write 12,800 there. Okay, so you just plug in the numbers. The last thing I forgot to tell you is, at the top of the trading account it says trading account of. So in here is the company. Okay, so in the question I asked you to do, the company is Hogan Limited. So at the top here, Hogan Limited goes in, and you're filling in the accounts. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to do now, is just to do slides 1 to 10 and to create this exercise. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know.